Greetings, traveler.
Hey, Gladdy. Whew. Mix up. That makes the Cairn pretty good. First reel 5. Double fleet early gives us some information. Satyrs huge. Works really well with the fleets as well. Runner's too good, right? I think runner's too good. Falfine's great. We've already got one. We got a sneaky. We got one. Yeah, Valfine's got 0.7% higher win rates, but I think it's just because it's such an incredibly user-friendly card. That's just so amazing in the early game. I think the two cards are too good. Senior is super nice for the double fleet. Probably Showstopper. I don't love that card, but don't think we're taking a snapshot. We're not taking a swarmer. Probably swipe over a third fleet, just in terms of flexibility. We might still end up with a third fleet, right? So the spell is also nice for Penflinger and Tutor. Scorpion. It's the first real 4-drop, right? Another Auk Merchant, kind of forced. Second real 4-drop. Don't think I want a second Penflinger. We're not really, you know, we're not overstacked on spells and we have 2 Auk Merchants. Wriggling Horror. Need a couple more cards to corrupt the elephants. It's got to be Nature Studies, right? We got Penflinger. We got the other Spell Burst. It's just really nice overall. Ogre is super decent as well. Huh. Double Penflinger, double Auk Merchant. That's a bit too much, but do I really want to take a Lightning Bloom or a Showstopper? Not really, right? Nature Studies is going to be insanely good now. Even Moonfire would be okay. I'll take a statue here just because statue is still pretty darn good. We could really do with one more good 4-drop after that. Hey, here's that Valfiend. Huge. All right. I really like Rising Winds, but the Hot Hat makes the statue more reliable. It makes the Arborist more reliable. Being able to play a 4-drop on 4 and then playing a corrupted 3-drop is pretty darn good. And it's not like we're low on 2s. I do like Rising Winds. I think it's a good card. And I'd pick it over the 4-drop at the very beginning. Probably a Steward here. I don't think we're desperate for another 4. No, we're not desperate for another 4. We are, however, desperate for a good 6-drop, but we're not getting it. We are not getting it. In terms of 5-drops, I've got 2 5-drops and a Steward, and then 2 fleets. Feels like I just take a Roar in this deck. I think I take the Raider. Oh, second Senior to round it out is huge. Okay, that makes it a lot more reliable. Because both halves of the Senior are corrupted, so even if you play the first one without having the elephant in your hand, you might still corrupt it with the second half. Brother. Keep a Hot Hat in this deck. 2 good 3-drops that require a 4-drop. Oh, we can pop off. Coin 1, 2, 3, 4. It's huge. If we can land this on the what's his face? Elephant. Any card will corrupt the elephant. Well, aside from a Moonfire, of course. Be huge. Then you get a 0 mana 8/8 with Rush. Ooh, that one's annoying. Good thing we can play dormant minions. Could happen, chat. Could happen. Partner assignment's nice. Probably want to play this after this has gone off, right? To make it more likely we're hitting here. So this is going to hit this. There's not much we can do about it. Huh. Okay. That's like kind of an order lull, but not really, right? This is 2 damage? 3 damage. Holy shit. Right, I keep forgetting how insanely good this thing is. It's 3 damage. Holy crap. Probably looking at Scorpion this turn. Transfer Student was still dormant. Next turn we could go Dirigible Hero Power, right? I think we're actually leaving the 2-1 up then. Battle Cries. It's okay. Are the chances on students evenly distributed? I think it's dependent on the board you play on. So I'm assuming it's evenly distributed. So the 5/5 here, that's huge. The hero power is still kind of okay. But we could also just play the Optimistic Ogre. So the 0 mana card always comes out. The 5/5 always trades. The 5/2 always trades the 5/5. And then you have play Dirigible Hero Power or just put a nice 6/7 down. I guess with Dirigible Hero Power, you kill the 4/4, which prevents the 3/3. And next turn, we really want to play Smug Senior. We do take a bit of extra damage, but they're probably going to trade anyway. I think I like this more. I think this 2-1 trades either with the 3-2 or the 3-2. Is Druid the hardest class? Probably not. Druid's always a good reflection of player skill, I feel. But it's never like the hardest. You just need like good fundamentals, right? Knowing when to trade, knowing when to go face, knowing when to tempo, knowing when to hold a little bit. Because Druid is pretty flexible, right? Druid's very easily... Druid can just go from one end to the other. Druid can very easily be the deck where you're like, oh, I just need to survive. But can also turn into the, oh, I am actually in a pretty good position here to go for the kill. You know, depending on whether you draw your Savage Roar, depending on how your early game comes out. A lot of other classes don't really have that flexibility in identity. But I think Hunter is almost always up there in terms of most difficult. Rogue is also difficult, but not quite sure. It's a pretty easy play here. We get the 8/8 if we want it. I mean, this is a good recovery from their strong start, but we had a stronger start, I'd say. You know, relatively to how strong Druid can start. Playing a Valfiend on 1 and a Satyr on 3, that's huge. This 3/6 came out for 0 mana. Hey, Kaladar. Thank you so much for the raid. We just started our stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing alright. So we got an 8/8 rush that can go right in. The question is, what else are you doing? Are you sacking the 3 and 5? Are you pre-hitting with the 8/8? Are you pre-hitting with the 5/7? Are you pre-hitting with the 3/5 and then getting a 2 health elephant? These are the questions, I guess. I'd be keeping a 3/1. A 3/1's probably not worth 2 extra health on the thing, right? See, the one thing I'm thinking about is they might use the thing, right? They might use their own rush into the 5/7. And then it's really nice to have the 3/1, but they'll kill it with their face. Then they're not killing this one though, right? It's probably okay. Playing Showstopper here is a little weird. I think I think I still play it. Alright, Kaladar. Enjoy, man. Have a good one. Gift of the Wild is very awkward, yeah. It's a very specific card. Partner assignment could try to land us something to get through. But what beast would allow us to connect for the damage here? Is there any beast that comes to mind straight away? 2 mana, 3 mana? Zixor? I think the investment is pretty low, although taunting is nice. I think I'm just gonna play this. Play the dragon first? No. If you go for the partner assignment, you'd go for ogre, hero power, right? What's the point in going for the hothead if you could just play the 5/7 then, right? It's whatever. If you want to taunt? Yeah, but I feel like it's better than to just develop the 6 mana card and not float the mana. Because if it's just Zixer, it's... eh. 8 face is nice. But we're in a strong spot, so... Okay. Not that much going on. There we go, my sweater. Ooh la la. We're loving the Valfiend. I think keeping either of these could work. But we have some 3-mana cards in the deck as well. Very nice. Cthulhu Hunter. That feels weird. Dunk. Not a great. Oh, wow. I'm giving up board immediately. I just want to play a 5-2. No, I think we can stretch our resources a bit, right? That's very fun. I think you can go over 6, but you need to have a good reason for it, right? I do like having the good 6 drops over just a bunch of good late game. But you can add a Proto Drake here, and that would not really detract from the deck. If you were a rogue, you would love to get that 7/5 that respawns. So there's definitely some big cards that are worth it. But yeah, not all big cards, absolutely. Had a really good rogue deck. I think 12-1. With 2 drakes and 2 7/5s. But I barely ever played / draw the drakes, right? Or drew the drakes, so it's... I do think I would have preferred good 6 drops over those drakes. But hey, I mean, you can't always get the exact composition you want. Right? I guess I'm trading with the 3/5 and I'm scorping it. We're just trying to, you know, our hand is double fleet, so when we have this double fleet, these aren't cards yet. We can play them as 4/4s, but we obviously prefer not to. So because of that, I'm just thinking, how can I make this hand last the longest, right? And that's not always trying to go perfect mana and like pew, 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 pew to just push more damage. So we go like this, and then that makes another card, right? We now have the statue we can play. Maybe in combination with a 1-drop and a hero power to ping another 2 damage. And then hopefully drawing one of our 6 drops. We did mention that in the draft, that we do like to pick up those 6 drops if we have 2 elephants. This could very easily be an explosive trap, so unlikely that we're gonna hit phase. Oh my. Could be snipe into explosive. It's too dangerous to lead with the Twilight Runner. I think I just play a Pen Flinger at their face and see if anything happens. Okay. This is one of those standoff positions where it's weird, but you don't really want to attack and kill off your own board. It means that you can deal phase damage, but you can still proactively develop the board. We'll see, maybe next turn we will attack. Probably not. We are getting 2 cards. Okay. So this is the dangerous part where we now did not get any... we didn't get anything to develop with other than just putting the statue down. So one thing you can do is attack with, say, the Penflinger, I think this is going to be something like Explosive Trap plus Snake Trap or Open the Cages or Pack Tactics, you know, something that won't go off. I don't think it's a Freezing Trap or a Misdirection. So it is awkward. We could just pass right back. We're not that much in a hurry. We could play Statue and Hero Power. We are going to start threatening just a lot of damage soon. Yeah, I think actually just Hero Power Statue is fine. The more I think about it. No, that's a good explosive shot. Could try to set up for OTK. It's tough because a lot of the bodies on the board are gone, right? The 6-2 is dead, the 3-2 and the 2-1 are dead. They'll never get the hit phase. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if we get Wriggling Horror, we can catch them off guard, absolutely. Ogre is a great draw. It's not quite as good as a 6-drop here, but Ogre is a great draw. They're only dealing 1 damage a turn with their Hero Power, so we're really not on the clock here. This can get really tricky really fast. That's a great minion for them to develop. Okay, so this might be the point where we have to attack, get the cards, hopefully get a 6-drop. Ogre might go face, might hit the 7-5, and then we corrupt those fleets. I can't reliably count this Ogre as phase damage, so I don't think there's any way we kill them. Our statue also died. Because now they have developed, and we cannot deal with that development, so... Awkward. That's the expected trap. I don't think this goes off. No. Could still be misdirection, right? But I think I always attack with this one. There's the senior. That's what we wanted. Attacking should still make sense. Snake Trap, Pack Tactics, sure. Gotta play this one. I think we just freeze for the hell of it, right? Okay. So because we get 2 cards from attacking, and because we don't have a great play in our hand, I think breaking the Explosive Trap lock there is correct. They get the adaptation as well, and they get to trade our 5-2. If they've got 3 damage here, we can't trade back, and it gets a bit annoying. Yeah. So we lose everything. We might rush something. We might swipe. Oh, that's another swipe. What are these? Infest, so random beasts. We could go for 6-drop swipe and an Auk Merchant. That's actually pretty solid. We should use the swipe that we've discovered. But then again, by using the swipe that we didn't discover, I guess you could double mind game in there, like, oh wait, so I guess that's not a swipe, right? They may have also just forgotten about us having a swipe. We are not getting good targets for our fleets here. Oh, wow. 7, 13, 17, 19. That's enough. We never even had to use the elephants. Don't you think a main deck swipe is more expected? Well, it depends on what layer the opponent is paying attention, right? I would assume that there's no reason for my opponent to divulge more information about their hand than necessary. Therefore, if they had a swipe, they would play the swipe, of which I know the card is a spell. But then you can take that one step further, where if you think your opponent is paying that much attention, you can deliberately use the swipe from your deck to give them the idea that there is not a swipe in the hand anymore. Hey, main snipers. All right. 5, Jelly. Paladins can be very dangerous. I'll try to get a little bit more early power. Huh. I'm gonna take it, but I don't think I use it. We'll see. We can't coin with it anyway. It's just because the other spells are so meh. Oh, you think you're gonna silence me? I think at the very worst, you just cycle this later on, right? Coin the growth? Of course. Of course. I think coining 4 drops is going to do more for us. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, so if you were to go overgrowth here, you would gain 2 mana crystals and you'd go to turn 6 straight away. If you would coin a 3/6, you are somewhat vulnerable. So Kings, True Silver's fine. You could play Valfiend and Ping, which would leave them with a 1/1. Which I don't hate. I don't think we're going to use Overgrowth this game, but I picked it just in case it would make sense. But I don't think it makes sense. The other one is like, do I want to heal a minion or maybe have wisps? It's a bit weird. I think getting the dormant minion developed now has the upside that we can use it a little bit earlier than if we don't. And it also means that next turn I have something to play regardless, because if I coin Hothead now, there's a decent chance Scorpion's not great. And if Scorpion's not great, then you're either playing this thing. Don't love that either. Okay, so we've got Scorpion the 1/1. We've got Freeze the 4/3. Don't think I'm a fan of that. Wisps and Roar? Yeah, maybe Wisps is the pick there. I don't know, I was just thinking if they have a slow turn, I might just do it. Not really sure. I don't think on average you're going to play Overgrowth this game. Maybe a bit of a weird choice. No elephants in the hand yet. AoE doesn't really do that well. We could deal 5 to the Ash Tongue, which is tempting because it's just fun. I actually like that. And then we're either going freeze the fish and hero power or drop the 6. Freeze the fish and hero power is kind of nice. It saves the spell reduction, which is not a big deal, but it saves coin for the tutor. Also, freezing fish locks their possibilities, right? It means they can't replay it this turn. It also means we give ourselves a little bit more time to draw fleets to combine with senior. Wasn't able to read that. Snack run. Okay. Is it twin spell? No, they just play 2 snack runs. Two secrets? No, it's a ping of some sort. Humility, sure. This plus this is very tempting. Would I rather have a 2/1/1 into the get down? I guess I would, right? Explosive trap? Yeah, it could be. Could be. Let's see if it's Wow, they're yogging my coin. Okay. They must have had a really bad hand. I don't think inner-raging my own minion is concede-worthy. No, made snipers. I haven't played for leaderboards since I got back. I think we accidentally landed on a leaderboard one time, where I guess I had a streak of 30 runs where we weren't retiring or doing anything of the sort. I think it was a pretty good placing as well. I think I was just having a good time with that meta and it was sort of just flowing. Altet's not bad, but we need something a little bit more flexible. One of the Val Fiends would be great. Arborist will do. Ooh. Man, if we can find, say, a Satyr and we get to corrupt both these 3-drops with the 1/4-drop, that's huge. Is it over 2 months? I believe it is, yes. So there is a chance that we land on the leaderboard again, but I don't think I've had a streak of 30 runs yet where I haven't retired stuff or just, you know, like drafted quickly, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think so, but it's always possible, of course. We do play a lot and a lot of our runs do end up going, you know, infinite. It's just that if you're pushing for a leaderboard, you can't really have a retire in the middle. You can't really, you know, it's gonna drag the average down so much. But part of me enjoying the arena a lot more right now is that I'm not taking it too seriously. I do still want to learn. I do still want to do well. But I think it's very tilting if you're playing for a leaderboard run and all the opponent has to do is drop 1 prime and then draw the prime. And then you're just like, oh, I lost because you drew that card. Well, that's fun. Let's do that again. Oh, this Arborist is not good. Playing Arborist is still better than not playing Arborist. But barely. But barely. Alright. If it's Imgur, sure, go for it. Promise you'll laugh. Ooh, gotta practice my poker face here. Alright, I think we're just swiping. Swipe is solid. It's Twitter. Well, I say if it's Imgur, it's fine. you can't just say it's from Twitter and then like insta post it, right? You're not giving me any time to adjust. That's not how it works. All right. All right, you've got a permit. Well, I think Grand Finale doesn't really belong in that in that lineup because you need to meet certain conditions, and there is a way for your opponent to play around it, right? Where I've done it where you just push really hard on the board and like, oh, if they finale now, they're dead. Because I know they're not going to ping, I know they're not going to flame strike and all that. That's pretty good, yeah. I was expecting something like really funny, though, right? maybe you tried to sell it a little bit too much, right? Where it's like, oh wow, this is good. It's a good rabbit with the silence. It doesn't matter. You're just dead. Look at those bodies. Look at those bodies. This isn't funny. I have Storm and Rabbit in here. But I mean, it doesn't do anything, right? You're just dead. Yeah, I probably just don't get it. Okay. I think we can downgrade in stats a little bit here. Friendly copy with taunt could work, but I think we'll just go for the flexible partner assignment. Guess I'll trade. Ah, fuck it. No, you don't have to be banned. I mean, it's obviously absolutely ridiculous, that N'Zoth, right? Let's be real. The N'Zoth is absolutely ridiculous. Probably just Senior. Having access to the elephant next turn should be really good. If they want to Dread Infernal, their own 6/6 is going to die. They don't have access to the 5/5 yet. I think there's a lot of reasons in favor. Everyone else gets the pegs. I mean, I've had some interesting matches myself as well, right? You also just invite this kind of stuff by having a Rabbit and Eye of the Storm kind of deck, though, right? You know, to play devil's advocate here, I think this is very unlikely. Oh, we're getting coiled. I think it is very unlikely that somebody goes this hard with an N'Zoth. But you do invite it a little bit more by playing Eye of the Storm, Rabbit, kind of Shaman. Well, that is a little bit annoying. By a little bit, I mean quite a bit. We might have to use Savage Roar to deal 2 damage here and just play the 4-drop. He drops Mally and Pyros you for lethal. That's a tough one. But you know my stance on the, oh, I'm just objectively less lucky than other people kind of thing, right? That's always been a very hard sell to me. But I have friends that do take that approach, so it's not like I try to not mock it too much, but a little bit. A little bit here, a little bit there. Everyone is exactly the same lucky mathematically. Depends on your sample size, right? But no, of course. I think it's more an outlook kind of thing. It doesn't serve you to to go with the, oh, I'm just less lucky approach, right? So if it doesn't serve you, I'm not a fan of it. This looks like a great Pearl Tusk statue turn. We could use Wand Maker as well, but we're feeling good here, right? So let's grab the board and let's start pushing some damage here. Why did he pre-trade the 2-1? I think they were looking at something removing and then us hero powering. Or maybe they were looking at an extra 4 damage with the hothead trading and then not having anything to trade back in. No more coil, no more ping. So they wanted to make sure that the hothead would die trading into the taunt. I guess that's the main thing I can come up with. We can try to rush something in there, but probably don't need to, right? We'd be rushing only 6 damage. I think just horror and trade is fine. We could also ping. But we could play Wand Maker, Horror, and Ogre. Although we'd probably want a Hero Power and Ogre. Rush Ogre at the 2-1. Miss and go face. Oh, you're trying to cheese the extra damage. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. I like it though. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. I think I'd rather just develop Ogre here for a little bit of damage. And then Hero Power to clear. Because if the Ogre ends up trading, you're pretty sad, right? It doesn't serve you to say that you're lucky when you're not. Debatable. I would say that if you, on average, are feeling good about the game, in terms of you don't feel like you're being cut short, I think that expends less mental energy than to continuously observe like, oh, I got unlucky here, I got unlucky there, right? I got unlucky everywhere. Get unlucky. Rushing the senior should be lethal. Maybe we want to let them do the math. I mean, it's whatever floats your boat, right? If you derive energy from just being there like, motherfucker got more lucky than I again, right? Then, you know, more power to you. I just don't think that's the case for very many people. I'm liking Wand, I'm liking Hothead. I might just keep everything. You're giving up the chance to hit a Valfiend if you're settling here. But this is not a bad hand to settle for. Of course, it can always get a little bit better. Well, I think I'm quite happy. You're at 5-1. We'll speed it up, Mr. Priest. You had quite the head start here. How have you not hit 50 on a progression track? Did you take time off? Yeah. You may not have heard, but I've become a father 2 months ago. So there was definitely a bit of time off. What am I looking at here? Hey, by the way, Mr. Pawnybot. Thank you, Armand. Her. The power move is the coin the dirigible, 100%, right? And then next turn, it's not 100% out of the question to play Wand Maker and play the spell, potentially. If it's not a spell that you can play... You also have Tutor in your hand, so there is an argument for keeping coin or the spell from Wand Maker. But if I play Wand Maker here... my odds are just not very good. It just doesn't work, right? Wand Maker here. Because I'm going to play Wand Maker. They're either going to have something to kill it with or not. And then we're still either short of damage and this thing still won't rush. They hit a taunt. That's good for them, but not like crazy, crazy good. It's not awful to go sneaky here. Because we don't really have a turn 5 yet. And we could play Arborist and Wand Maker on 5 and draw the card. The card will then make it more likely that we hit a 6-mana card. The 6-mana card will then make our curve better and rush an 8/8 on 7. So I think it's okay to step 1 back here. It's a shame we didn't have Sneaky in our hand last turn, because that would have made for a much smoother experience. We would have just played Sneaky and saved our coin. We would have had a spare coin for Tutor. We could have maybe coined the Hothead. Have fun tonight? It's going to be a very, very dry, boring New Year's. My wife is already going to be in bed when the clock hits 12, so... This kind of New Year's, yeah, it'll be just very relaxed, very chill. I'll play Hothead here, maybe go Satyr next turn. I might want to preserve the bubble. But I don't know if that's weird or not. Screw it. If my gut feeling tells me to preserve the bubble, I'll do it and I'll see what happens, right? I think it's maybe that I don't like a 3/1 Sneaky being revealed. Although they shouldn't have an Urchok, right? Lady Vash's spell power, so an Urchok was very, very good onto the dirigible. Hey Lena, thank you. It would be nice to develop a 3-mana card here, but we don't have to. I'm thinking Hero Power and Auk Merchant deals with the freezes very easily. We could also deal with the 3/4 because of Evolve. Perhaps that is better. And then I guess we play Wand Maker instead. Studies will be nice. We like this, we like this. Would I rather take extra damage to not be frozen? I don't think so. I don't really want to hero power next turn, right? I want to play 3 drops. This feels like a good turn to get the Satyr out. Playing Arborist is a little scary for AoE, but I think we still want it. We want to draw the card. Got a Wriggling Horror. Don't think that changes anything. Hey, I was blowing my nose. What was I talking about? I was talking about how I didn't really want to play Tutor, but that playing the statue was too good. So I had to play Tutor. Statue is just too efficient on that turn. It's also good pressure. We now have a 33% chance for the best target here. Medic dirigible, huge. Would we like to AoE here? We probably need to. If I'm double trading into the 5/6 and I cast a spell, I'm gonna be 2 off, which could be resolved with Horror Hero Power, but that means I'm not playing this. We do sort of need to kill Gambling. And I really want to play Runner. Oh, I can play both, right? Pump, pump. I just need to get a damage spell from here. Maybe I just trade into the Gambling then. No, fuck it. I'll find a way around it. Ah, yes. I could do Solar Eclipse later then. Ugh, I hate not killing this here, man. Sorry, I hate not developing the thing. Is there anything else I can eclipse? I could eclipse Savage Roar. Not drawing the cards here feels wrong. What if I left the other one alive? Huh. Debatable, I guess. Swipe face twice, it's pretty good. We could also play Studies first to try and find a Roar to then double cast Roar. It really depends on what they're gonna do this turn. So the chance of them having Tidal Wave or Bloodlust is pretty high, right? If I get double roar, face is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 24, 28, 27. Yeah, we do kill. So I guess it's worth checking. Double swipe's not bad. We'll take that. Double mark on a beast could be interesting as well, but this is too flexible. So if I double swipe face, that's 8, 2 here, trade here, 8, 10, 7, not quite enough, no. So am I just gonna go Twilight Runner here? Save the swipe for when they pop this, I guess. Do I hero power here? I feel like we just want to put less bodies on the board. If they hit spell power totem, we're gonna be in for a bad time. You left with 3 mana and played Sneaky. The Sneaky was 0 mana, so the Sneaky was always getting played that turn. They're not considering hero powering and then tidal waving for 4 damage. That could be quite telling here. I feel like I'm just attacking into the taunt and going from there. Swipe Scorpion would do 1, 5. Could go for the double swipe here. We could double swipe their face, but I think we're just getting tidal waved. What if I'm just gonna swipe hero power? Take 6 here. And not put this out. That's 5. I'm not gonna double swipe. So I always just single swipe here. I feel like they're forced to tidal wave to kill this 5/2. So I don't want to give them the Scorpion as well. I don't think we're in that much trouble. We are pretty low on spells. I think it's just the roar and the swipe now. But I didn't see much point in going double swipe. Because we know they have a big spell in their hand and I haven't revealed it yet. So I think they're going to tidal wave this 5/2 if they don't have a convenient answer that they top decked. Could be a Bloodlust as well. But if it's a Bloodlust, we pretty much always win already, right? Because we're getting another draw. Alright. 8, 13, 15. Closing in, but not quite there. Hey Benny, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you? So they could have a tidal wave and they're sitting on it, but giving us 2 cards is almost always wrong here. We're not going to care if it is. If they roll Spell Power Totem and they trade with the senior, it's awkward. If we go for swipe, hero power, we don't get to play a 6-drop. So I guess playing the taunt makes sense, and then I think I'm just going to play a Scorpion. And if they held their tidal wave and donated us 2 extra cards, I think that's silly. If they roll spell power, they get the kill here, which we mentioned, right? That's the real problem. Doing fantastic. That's great to hear. Hey, Nando. I'll stretch a bit while he's thinking. No, I think it double swipes and then spawns the death rattle. At least from what I can remember. Priests. Do you consider Hearthstone a free-to-play game? Man, this feels like such a bait, right? Yeah, I mean it's free to play for me for sure, but it's a card game. If you want to play card games at a decent level, then it's not going to be free. Thought still on curve. I don't know how long it took for me to spend money on the game round too. I'm trying to think now. I think it was when Mecha Jiraxis was a thing. I bought that bundle. That's where it all went downhill. It was when I started Constructed, so that was years in, right? You also got Mecha Jiraxis. That's a good one. I think we just want maximum pressure so that the runner can do its thing. Tazdinger, yes. Runner gives us the best chance for a 6 on curve now. 6 on curve is very good for 8/8 on 7. I think I will Savage Roar here. Freezing here feels a bit awkward, but I like the body. I think pay to win is when you are getting an obvious advantage over other people that are not spending money. Which is a bit of a double one, because anything in Hearthstone is farmable, but are you going to farm it? It's the same thing in WoW, where you can farm gold for anything you need, but a lot of people don't, and they just buy the gold, right? And I think that's where the pay to win starts. It's when you're obviously getting an advantage over other players by spending money. Oh, they can't kill the card draw. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. They don't have initiation, obviously. Rushing a 3/6 to trade it feels pretty solid. With the Valfiend draw, that is. We have Wrigley, right? Let's not put this in the middle. Super Collider. Oh lord, that card. Yeah, they wish they had that a while back. And they get to kill the 2/1. We're close. Penflinger, swipe, statue, push 6 this turn. They don't have a board. Playing the taunt isn't gonna save them. The swipe is good. It's just whether you want to hold the Penflinger, but I think getting the damage and keeping Penflinger is fine. Getting Penflinger on the board is also not a bad idea here, because it's a 2 damage minion. This is the main thing where people that complain about the price of Hearthstone don't approach it from a card game point of view. They approach it from, oh, this is a video game point of view. And then they say, oh, for the price I pay to play Hearthstone, I could play so many like AAA titles. And that's completely true. But when you look at it from a card game point of view, you look at most popular card games, how much money you're going to pay for a competitive list. And then especially if you want to play in tournaments where you need to account for all the the money you invest moving, having to buy your, you know, your tickets to go from tournament to tournament. Hearthstone's actually incredibly cheap. But that's not how most people approach it. This makes me wish that I put that flinger down, right? Definitely want to get the senior down. Am I just playing dirigible or not? I think I am. I've got the big rush now, right? In normal card games? Well, I don't think that's too relevant for the player getting the experience click. I think that the main, and it's maybe a little bit insensitive to say it, but it's like if you don't want to play card games and collect the cards, then don't. And that sounds so insensitive, right? That's not my point. I don't mean to come across like that, but I think that's just from someone that's played card games for a very long time. And when Hearthstone came out, it was just like, you're telling me that I can just draft the whole day? My opponents are provided to me online. I don't have this like insanely clunky interface that Magic Online had. Yeah. You could sell the physical cards? Absolutely. I never bothered, I'm going to be honest. Right? Well, not never, but for the most part, never bothered. So for me, it's just purely as a player that enjoys playing card games, Blizzard provides that experience for me at a fraction of what it would cost for me playing, say, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatnot, with far more uptime in terms of games played than I could manage before. But that's approaching it from a different angle. That's why for me, you know, when people complain about it being too expensive, I'm just like, sure, that's perfectly valid for you, but for me, it's a fraction of the cost, a fraction of the time invested that I had before. So it's just the experience, I guess, that just changes the outlook there. Where if you had my experience playing card games in real life and then you were introduced to this, you're like, this is insanely good. But that doesn't mean that it's insanely good for everyone, right? Excuse me. The best Hearthstone vanilla card still in Arena. Whew. Help me out here, guys. Are we talking class cards or neutrals? Are legendaries allowed? That's quite the question. All vanilla cards. What's an insane old school legendary? Troublemaker's not vanilla, right? Fireball is definitely good, but I think we can do better, right? Maybe not, but I think we can. Sap? Sap's better than Fireball in my opinion. You don't get saps anymore, but... Sap's not a card anymore, yeah. Didn't you say legendary? Yeah, and then I thought about Sap. It's like, oh, Sap is so good. Boulderfist Ogre. The old school legendary. Well, what are some... Am I just missing the legendaries? I mean, you got Rag and Sylvanas, but those are no longer vanilla, right? Edwin's, whatever. I mean, I'm thinking about it in arena context, right? Hey, I've been sapped and I've had a sap. It's still in. Deathwing is too expensive. It's good, right? But it's too expensive to be the best card. You can lose so many games before you ever get the chance to play your Deathwing. Sort of smelled like a Richt Fair game, right? Mirror Entity wouldn't copy this, right? So I think the tracker is not accurate, or... Yeah, it's of course very fun to draft, you know, with a group of friends or just draft in tournament settings and drafting against people. It's a very enjoyable experience. But that requires so much setup, right? Compared to just the, oh, I feel like drafting. Let me boot up Hearthstone. Let me pay 150 gold to enter a draft. I don't have to buy 3 packs, you know. I don't have to pay an entry fee or anything like that. I guess we just pen flinger, but yeah, I think I want to reduce the cards in my hand anyway, right? This gives him a pretty good trade, but we want a 50-50 the Scorpion, I think. 50-50 the Pearl. We did it. So, casting a spell is going to trigger something here. We're going to Scorpion one. We're going to 8-8 into the other. I guess I could go face with the 3-5 to check for Vaporize. And if it is Vaporize, I can pull my Pen Flinger back. Yeah, I could, but I don't have to. Yeah, I think I just don't want to cast a spell here. At least not yet. This is so busted. Yeah, Valen did some work in, I think, the old Raza lists, right? Zero mana 8-8 on fair. Pff, party pooper. Just outplay it, man. Come on. What are you doing? Well, Flame Strike's gonna suck. I think I open the portal now. If it's counterspell, I think I'd rather have this get countered than studies. Specifically spellbender. Yeah, that's not so good, huh? Valfiend for sure. I think I really want to respect the Flame Strike here. Shavara. Oh, that's about the expected result there. Not every opponent is Shaman. No, you'll see a lot more warriors here in Arena. We could have played studies there to look for something, but it would have to be an untargetable spell or something you target face that turn for it to make sense. Deep Freeze is big. It's a really good card for them. They might be able to stabilize. Okay. 7 damage. Savage Roar adds 6, that's 13, plus the hero power, that's 14, plus 2 Penflings, that's 16. So I don't kill them. I think the option there is then to kill one of the water alleys, right? Guardian Animals will pull Twilight Runner. Fleet. That is it. So if I pick Guardians, I'm either going to top deck Runner and be okay with it, or not and also be okay with it. Moonfire is a pretty nice spell as well with the Penflinger, but just doesn't compete right now. This could be the Flame Strike now. Flame Strike trades. Can you tell me when everyone hates Priests? Priests just kill you with your own cards. Roar was lethal. I don't think so. We had 2 active minions. Three? Well, Rush doesn't go face, right? So 2 active minions? This one was frozen. This one is Rush. This wasn't on the board. We had this and this. You mean the flings? Penflinger is 1, 2, 3. Savage Roar is 6, that's 9, 12, 16. They had 19. Another Deep Freeze. I've seen this before. So we get to draw cards now, and we get to rush. Okay. That is amazing. I can push 2, 5, 9, 10, 12. I can kill them out of hand if I don't trade with anything. Oh, but my face will be frozen. So maybe I should take one out. This always goes face. I think this always trades at least a 3-2. I think I just go face. Okay. Maybe we're supposed to kill the 3-1. But now the spikes could kill them as well, right? I don't know. Semi-tough call to make, I guess. Just because we're so likely to win anyway that it's hard to see what is going to give you like the small extra percentage. That's a lot of water elementals. Oh, too late. Spellbender, not quite. The back-to-back deep freeze. Nice. Snow is playing. Guys, it's Snow. Let's see how he's doing. Returns to the arena after years of absence. All right. I'll be right back.
played.
I see. I'm meeting a friend.
Pepper hands.
That was wild. None can escape my fury.
I must protect the wild.
Gonna play my turn too and then go get some coffee. We had a 4-3, opponent had a 2-1. We were at 4. They were at 14. And he hero powered to 2-1 instead of trading with the 4-3.
Pick the one, see?
Yeah, I'd have to see it.
I wonder.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
It's huge. There. Oh. They went with that one. I think we like delaying that another turn, right?
Is it gold in the shadows?
Sure. Need a good draw here. Optimistic Ogre, Runner, Steward, those are all huge. Yep. Stewards be good enough. As much as I like Swipe, I might go Studies, but I'm not sure yet. Studies just has such good synergy with Penflinger as well. It's just so nice to tailor your card for the situation. Could always get punished and get 3 duds. It's possible. But I've been really liking the studies. It's usually that you can find something that suits the situation well. Wandmaker has studies. Then it might even be better because then you might be able to Wandmaker, Lunar, and get an even better setup. Business is booming. Hero power is really good to deny this thing. We could go for Auk Merchant here, but I think we're happy to let them just tank this. I think we like wriggling plus hero power quite a bit here. Haha. The next turn we can rush to Cairn or just Cairn and ping. Or Cairn and studies. Whoa, they killed a lot. Oh, they had a maw. Okay. Bit of a dud, for sure. But Savagery plus Moon-Touched Amulet could actually be a good turn. And that could actually turn out to be better than Swipe. So I guess we take it. Well, we'll find a way, right? We'll find a way. So now I have 1 mana, deal 4 or 5 to a minion. While we can deal 5 by just chucking a phase. Who knows? Might work out. Want to buy a funnel cake? Going for Hot Hits, Moon Touched, Hero Power, Savagery doesn't work. I guess that means we just go for Smug Senior Hero Power face. And then we will figure it out. Moon Touched Hero Power face. Savagery does not allow for anything. We could go for Moon Touched. 2, 4. I think I actually just go for this, right? I go this, 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 this. The trail positioning is off. But I think this is better, right? Where it still pushes a lot of damage and it still gets rid of the awkward minion that buffs their board. Keeping runner is a tad risky. But we're 8-0, we can make some, we can take some risks.
Is it cold in the shadows?
Just trying to figure out if we ever pop this 3-3 and then just ping it down with something. But I quite like the idea of getting this down as early as we can to make it less likely that they have the resources required to kill it. I think we're happy to face for 5 and go from there. Maybe we get a good 4-drop. We go 1-drop, 4-drop. But swipe and try to keep it alive has some merit. Statue, can't use that. This is such a bait swipe, but I think I still do it because I just don't have that much better of a play. But it does feel like a bait. I think I'm gonna just take the 1 free damage. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. This is pretty much always dead, right? Even trade Dread Inferno kills it. If I had a good 4-drop, I would have just played 4-drop and Hawk Merchant on the 9-1. But I'm playing sneaky. And that doesn't cut it for me. Washer's pretty sick there. Recover a lot of health. We need to draw an elephant now, right? With the senior. So far, we're in a good position, for sure. They haven't played a card that corrupts their elephant yet. So we're semi-safe with this thing right now. Foul ball trade, pretty good. Soul Share is not that great for them. They did have the Owl. They still haven't played an expensive card, so we're quite happy with just redeveloping, I think. Definitely want to play one of these. I was considering on trying to get a bit of a spread going for Roar, but I think it's the big minion now into the spread. I really don't want to develop this when they've already played a 6-drop. I really dislike giving them the elephant target. Yeah, now they just have to play this one. Okay. How much work can we do here? Scorpion plus Rush kills this. We also have trade for 5 Scorpion. No, I have this Dark Moon statue that I want to make use of, right? Oh, statue plus 1 ping. And then trade 3 and ping. That's pretty good, right? They're gonna heal, but they're pretty much always healing. I think I'm still liking the Auk Merchant. Oh, that's looking good. This Ogre makes it a bit less reliable. Am I still supposed to go for Nature Studies this turn? Is it lethal? I don't think it's lethal, right? No, it's not. I think I'm actually killing the Ogre. It's too awkward to do it the other way around. This is definitely not the right move. Oh, I hate that when, yeah. I got sidetracked there. What was my turn? My turn was studies, replay, trade? I think that's what was my turn, yeah. I might lose because of that mistake. Probably not, but I might. Yeah, I'm losing my taunt. That's part of it. Six, 10, 13. It's not enough, right? Does that work? 4, 5, 8. Yeah, it works. No, 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 no. Shit. Oh no, this isn't good. My brain is frying. Because I need to corrupt the dirigible, right? Otherwise it's still not lethal with double roar. Yeah, we're gonna lose now. Think it was lethal? It's not relevant, right? It's more interesting that we're not able to think. That's unfortunate, man. This was a free win. Hey, Blink Rider, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. Thank you for the great streams this year. Happy New Year. You too, Blink Rider. Happy New Year. You cracked the Druid code? We have done really well with Druids. The last run we deviated from our normal formula and we went 5. But other than that, we've had this run 12 and 2, 12 and 2, 7-3, 7-3, 11-3 since the new meta. So that's pretty good for Druid, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty good for any class, but I do like it. There's a lot of Druid in his hand. It's the couple cards that make it gel a bit better. I think Satyr is just such an incredibly good card that works really well with a lot of known good neutral cards. Nature Studies, Penflinger, for instance, is also another really fun interaction. What am I doing here? Freezing Face has a lot of upside. We could freeze face and potentially double trade. Not double trading probably just opens up a medic for them. It's like, do I want 2/2 drops more? I don't think I do. I think I like locking them out of attacking for a turn. I was afraid of a scorpion, so no scorpion's good. Might just be an Auk Merchant. Oh, not bad, not bad. You could go for the hero power, but trading the 4/3 and developing the ogre seems quite solid. Hey, Adinko. We can use Penflinger and go double 2-drop, but I like what the ogre does for the arborist, so let's just get it out. I think Druid's just strong right now at Inko. There's a lot of stuff that goes right when I'm playing Druid. Twilight Runner, Satyr, Nature Studies, they're all quite solid. No, I'm not an overgrowth kind of player. That's the second best hit for us. I don't feel right now. Oh. For good reason, it seems. Okay. A little bit of a low roll at least for us there. Pretty good to corrupt the Fleet Hooves. I think Penflinger the 1/1 and smack 6 face every time. And then we can see if the ogre is alive or dead. Not that it really changes much. Okay. I think I might rather develop the 2 and the 4 here. They have overloaded for 2, so they are playing a 5 cost minion. Hex does come down on a really awkward turn. Maybe I'm just supposed to develop Showstopper here. I don't think so. It's a big hit. They're probably going to free kill our Penflinger now, which is a bit stinky. We don't like that. Oh. Interesting. Wow, they're giving us the Penflinger back. That's pretty good. Unfortunate. The Showstopper being 0 gain, you know, nets us pretty much nothing. I think we have to play runner first to try and find the fleets to then corrupt them with the cairn. It's gonna make all the difference. It means that we cannot develop Showstopper for a long time. Because silencing our minions is just not gonna be a good thing. So our Satyr did not do anything. And it's gonna be a trivial upside. That's a tough blow because we would have definitely played a Cairn for 1 here, but not much you can do about it. We've got Starfire on the 6/5 if we want it. I think face for 5 to begin with. Statue, Steward. Starfire for 5 leaves 4 mana this turn. If we ping the 3/3 Starfire, ping the 3/3 Studies, ping the 3/3, that's 3 Penflingers plus a Studies, that's 4. So we can theoretically wipe the board there. We could also save it all for reach. But we're always going to use the Starfire this turn, right? It's going to be close. Okay, not that close. Pretty interesting that they opted to not kill the Penflinger when they had a chance. That's gonna be annoying. Oh, you're killing the Penflinger. That's crazy. This is a bit of an issue. Cairn plus 4-drop plus Bog Beam the 8/8 is the most straightforward line. I guess I really shouldn't Steward. Oh, I guess Steward does deal 4 here. That is nice. Okay, I've changed my mind. And that means I can play Showstopper as well. Moonfire for 2 or Ironbark? I'll take Moonfire. It's a bit awkward. So what if I go for what even were the other options? I know it was Healing Touch, but what was the other one? I think Moonfire is just gonna be better, right? Oh, do they have the extra damage? It's a Lava Burst right now. Iron Bark, I could have taunted the 4/4. I could have taunted the Cairn, although that is probably getting hexed. 4, 5, 6. Well, it always gets the +1 damage though, Josh, so I don't think that's the right way to represent it, right? Because you're gonna Bog Beam. This is a good turn, by the way. For anyone not aware. It's just how good, right? I think I rush my Cairn to get around Hex. I mean, I think I kill off my Cairn, right? To get around Hex. Wow, this didn't feel like a game we were gonna have. But we got there. At least that showstopper for 0 popped out a little bit of tempo when we needed it. Elephants? Yeah, we were looking for them all game. Oh yeah, I think they definitely sponsored sponsored that. Not killing the Penflinger was just really weird. It's such an incredibly useful minion. And you can really see now why I love Nature Studies so much and the combination with Penflinger, because you just get to go like, kapew, 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 kapew. Just get to do a lot of work. I think against the Priest, keeping Twilight Runner is definitely solid. Valfiend is always a keep. You have Coin, but I think we're coining the runner, so I don't think we're doing anything with Penflinger early. What interesting. You have coin 5 into 5, but you also have a good 4-drop. I feel like we are already at a disadvantage because they are player 1 and they're a priest with a Valfiend, so they can buff it and heal it. This seems like such an insane minion for priest. So now we have the option to coin the Hothead and then play a Corrupted Arborist with a ping. Or to play a regular Arborist for 2/2s, But we're playing them into the Dormant, which I don't like. Even if they have just the Scorpion, they get a very nice trade plus Scorp. We get the trade back. It's not awful. But I think I still prefer this. We do get an extra card, which does matter. We are trying to find those 6 mana cards now. This time it's reverse, where we are looking for our 6 mana cards because we already have the Elephant. Is it the last run? Probably not. I've only just started the stream, really. My daughter was quite unhappy yesterday night and this morning. And then we had to go do groceries and everything was quite delayed. But, you know, I still wanted to stream for you guys. Okay. That's quite a slow turn, and looks like the ping is going to come in handy. It means that a Holy Nova does do quite some work. But you force a Nova on 5 into Runner on an empty board, or an Ogre, but an Ogre just gets deathed, so probably not an Ogre. So we're okay with baiting out the Holy Nova. Nova means we keep it 3-1 as well, unless they have an Orc Merchant Nova. How old is your daughter? 2 months. So it's not her fault, of course. Wow, that is not a Holy Nova. It's somewhat similar, but not as good. If we choose to take the trades, which we probably will. We get to keep an extra 2/2 compared to Nova. And there's no threat of the ping onto the surviving 3-1. This comes down a turn before Soul Mirror does, but they have reduced the cost of spells in their hand, so if Soul Mirror was in their hand at the time, they will play it now. And it will be earlier than they intended to, but it'll still be amazing. Because they will clear my board and draw 2 cards. So no Soul Mirror in the hand, or at least not for 6. So we have 2 reads already. There's no Holy Nova and there's no Soul Mirror. Although they have just discovered a spell. So it's always hard to tell. Starting off with the 5 seems logical. Probably need to play a spell on a 5 instead of a 6, even if we draw 6. The spell spawns a 2/2. Taunting could be useful to prevent a rush minion to kill the Twilight Runner. But I am expecting at least a Shadow Word Death. So I think they have access to kill the runner, even if you play around rush. The argument you can make is if you taunt... Well, they have enough mana to Shadow Word Death and play the rush minion, right? So you'd have to taunt with the Hothead on 4. Is it worth to play inefficient mana? It might be, but I'll just play mana efficiently now. It's what I know. Gonna just take Starfire. So I am expecting something like the 5/8 rush killing the 5/4 and a Shadow Word Death. So the 4/6 would have gotten around that a bit better. Initiation is fine. It was very slow. They do have the death for 1. So we're never getting around that. Well, this does get around it a little bit. There's that. So they can do all kinds of nasty things to this, right? They can make a copy out of it. They can give it lifesteal. This is just... It's funny, but my Druid minion is even better in their class. You can play Showstopper to preemptively silence whatever nastiness they're going to do for this. Which sounds weird, but I actually kind of like it. And it solves the problem of what I'm going to play this turn. Because Showstopper now means that they would have to kill the Showstopper and then do all the buffs and copies and all that. Psyche Split and all that will not work as long as this is alive. And then the copies would not have the card draw effect. So it's actually a really annoying minion for them to play now. The downside of this play is that we're developing 2 dormant minions, which don't do much for us the next turn. So we could be in a position where we don't have enough reactive cards to come back here. And this is where if you had played Senior instead, you open yourself up to all the nasty buff things they can do. But on the other hand, you also corrupt the pearls or the fleet, so we have that on this turn. So then this turn you have your Starfire to be reactive, but that puts you in the same spot next turn where your fleet isn't corrupted. So I think that we probably have to play Senior Sneaky this turn regardless. And then maybe next turn, this goes to 0 mana. This would have been really good this turn for obvious reasons. But we just have the trade if we want it, right? So they're not drawing cards, but they keep a 5/2, which is still quite good. I think trade Smug and Sneaky is just good. Starfiring just doesn't do it, right?
We'll be fine. It wasn't that.
9 mana on the priest is scary. I'm guessing they have a Shadow or Death. Oh, they're silencing their own minion? Okay. So far, not the worst yet. I'm not sure that's worth a Gift of Lumi. I could be wrong. So we're looking at hero power and the 3/5 killing the 1/1 and the 3/1 killing the 5/2. After we've hero powered, we're going to have 7 mana left. We probably really want to play Spectral, so we're working with 6 mana. Starfiring the 6/5 is a little bit awkward. Do I want to fleet that thing? Just gets traded into... The Starfire is good. I think we lead with the Starfire then. Another fleet, okay. I think we're just playing our thing and accept that we float a mana. You would corrupt. You would play the 8/8, or you'd play the corrupted card, or you would try to corrupt the other fleet. What are you saying? Ooh, that's good. You would play slowly. But can you tell me why? Isn't this positioning dangerous versus rabbit? I mean, if they have a rabbit, that sucks, right? I'm usually playing more around Silas, which I see more of than rabbits. but maybe it's the mana cost, right? I just don't draft Rabbit. Oh, they don't have the mana. Wait, did they mess that up? That... Maybe there's no way around it, right? That could be it. You have good... Yeah, but I need more than that. I need you to tell me why you think what you would do is better than what I would do. The priest found a play that saves some health. Could be. Could very well be. I'm not condemning the play because I didn't catch enough of it. It just looked weird, right? I have 2 Penflingers left in the deck. I don't think I play that right now. Next turn is probably just Hothead plus Cairn.
Actually, I'm good here.
Ooh. Steward is a dangerous move. Mainly because if you miss, you could die. Well, not die, but it's really awkward because you're not corrupting the elephant then. Let's say I find Savage Roar. It does just kill them. But that's about it, right? What if I want to swipe? Swipe also kills them. Okay, fuck it. That's too much. If swipe also kills them, it's too much. Because you need to kill the Wind Fury for Apotheosis if you're doing the slow play. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Digging a hole. If I had a Vile Fiend here, I would probably keep the Scorpion. But without anything to go on, keeping Scorpion is probably a bit much. Okay, Runner is good. A Valfiend top deck will save the day. They've played Studies, they have coin. Well, we haven't lost yet, but I would say that we are already in trouble, which is not a great way to start your game. hard passing turn 2. Not even playing in nature studies for the cost reduction being banked. Oh. Okay, they drew a card. I don't think we are desperate to corrupt the 3-drop to draw more cards. I think next turn is probably freeze something and use the Pen Flinger to have enough damage to kill Trick Totem, assuming that they maybe go Coin Scorpion or Coin Fishy Flyer to kill one of them. Cheaper mana tide. It is 2 mana. Yep. This is quite the dangerous card. On average, it's pretty good, but it can just backfire so hard. Oh no, here's the spell damage. Oh, okay. Thank God. I think we do go for the full clear with the Pen Flinger as we lined out. But we probably play Dirigible instead of freezing then. And then we save our freeze for when it's more efficient. Pen Flinger will probably not make it back into the hand. But that's a sacrifice we need to make because our opening wasn't very good. You missed Diggy? No, we're fully in it. Feel free to play it yourself. We can't put it on stream anymore for Monka DMCA. Play both. Double trade or 5 face damage. If they have a Wriggling Horror and we don't trade, suddenly a 1-2 is free killing my 2-2 and it's left as a 2-1. I don't like the sound of that at all. I think given that we have Runner, and even with Coin they're too late with Flame Strike, we're just gonna go kill this. I first thought you wouldn't stream today, now I see. Well, did you see Twitter or not, Memtex? Because I usually give you a heads up there if something will change. Okay. We have a really nice setup here with wriggling onto the runner so that Flame Strike doesn't kill it. Then freeze the ogre. And then smacking. And then they'll probably force the AoE. If they don't, you just Savage Roar them. So to not miss a damage, I think Horror first is fine. But we need this to be here. Can't Flame Strike yet? Well, they have a coin. And they're about to hit 6 mana. So they do have access to it if they wish. Fleet is nice. So this puts a lot of pressure on them immediately. I'd say the most likely card to see here is Blizzard. And while that is annoying, it means that we can just go back to playing normal now. But if they do not have Blizzard in the hand, like it seems now, we might just win the game because they're too focused on dealing with the runner. And they forget that we're a druid that can still do this. 19. Hey, that's clean. Twilight Runner doing some incredible work there, focusing the attention on preventing us to draw cards, and while they're worried about the value, we kill them with the Savage Roar. This was really nice. Nature Studies, huge as always. Valfiends carried hard as usual. Penflingers were good again. Every time I'm like, should I pick a second one? I'm like, yep. We were pretty low on spells even here, right? But just the ability to ping 1 damage for 1 mana past Taunt. Arborist, good as usual. Dirigible, good as usual. Just playable 3-drops, right? Hey, Savage Owl. That has been a while. The hotheads as well, right? You don't really notice them, but they prevent you from floating mana. So I really like having a couple of 4-drops that just develop stats. Scorpions are great, but sometimes there's nothing to ping, and then you really like having this in hand. I think I've played the Tutor 1 time for the effect and 2 times total. Fleets were good as per usual. Ogre's great. Runner is amazing. And then the 6-drops were mainly there to corrupt the fleets. The last 12-0 of the year. I think that is safe to say. I don't think we'll do it.